Hello everyone, Sarah from the Degenstein Library here with another at-home learning activity for you. Today's at-home learning activity revolves around the topic of ancient Egypt. One of the things the ancient Egyptians were famous for was paper making. They made their paper out of a plant called papyrus. Today I'm going to show you how you can make your own papyrus paper at home. Now, we don't have access to the papyrus plant, so we're just going to use things that you can find around your house. The first thing we need to do is you need to get some paper. I'm just using regular copy paper. You can use construction paper, you can use brown paper bags, you can use parchment paper, whatever you have handy. Then we need to make a paste mix. I'm using a paste of flour and water. So that's 1 cup of flour and 2 cups of water. You can also use a mixture of glue and water as well, depending on what you have available at home. So we're going to go ahead and mix up our paste mixture. And while we're doing that, you're going to need to take your piece of paper and you want to cut it into thin little strips. Okay? Then you put your strips into your paste mix. Okay, once we have our strips cut and sitting in our paste mixture, we want to cover our work area because this is going to be a little messy. I am just using a piece of wax paper. Now you can use a deep tray or a cookie sheet if you want to as well. So once we have our workstation covered, you just want to start taking your strips and laying them all in one direction. So for our first layer, we'll run them from left to right. And you can place down as many as you want. It all depends on how big you would like your sheet of paper to be when you're finished. Once you're done with the first layer, you want to put on one more layer. And with this layer, we're going to run the strips up and down. Keep going until we reach the end. Okay, now I have my 2 layers of paper, the first layer running from left to right, the second layer running up and down. Then what I want to do is put another piece of, you can use either wax paper or tin foil on top, and you want to just go ahead and flatten it out. We want to make sure we get that extra paste off of there. Okay, and there you go. Once you have your papyrus paper all flattened out, you just want to let it dry overnight. But in the morning when you wake up, you will have your very own piece of what looks like Egyptian papyrus paper. Now, to help facilitate some more learning on ancient Egypt, I have included the link to Nat Geo at the top of this post where you can print out your own copy of the hieroglyphic alphabet, which you can then use to try and write your name on your papyrus paper. It's a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoy it. You can also facilitate some more learning on ancient Egypt by doing some STEM challenges, such as trying to build pyramids out of Legos or building blocks. You can also repurpose some of these paper towel rolls into some really neat looking Egyptian armlet jewelry. When we get back to the library, I hope you'll stop in and check out some of our books on ancient Egypt. We just got 2 new ones in recently. One is the 1000 Facts About Ancient Egypt, and we got this really neat one on Egyptian pyramids. But until then, you can always check out our Book Flicks and True Flicks, as well as some of the resources on Power Library about ancient Egypt as well. If you enjoyed this papyrus craft activity, I also included at the beginning of this post 2 links to 2 YouTube videos that you can watch that show you how papyrus is made using the real plant. So I hope you enjoyed this at-home learning activity. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy reading.